Democrat Representative LaMonica McIver charged over chaotic Newark ICE detention center protest. However, Mayor Ras Baraka's case has been dismissed. McIver, though, she is in a whole different type of trouble. She was actually caught on tape assaulting an officer. I will show you the exact moment this all happened. She was close-fisted hitting a federal officer, which is probably not a good thing to do if you're going to go and bum rush a facility filled with illegal immigrants in protest of Donald Trump's policies. You might want to fly a little bit under the radar, but nowadays there are cameras, cell phones everywhere. So you should probably take extra links in order to, at the very least, appear lawful. But this is what's going on. This has been announced by none other than U.S. Attorney Alina Habba. Yes, she is getting to work. Representative LaMonica McIver will face criminal charges for her alleged actions during a confrontation with law enforcement outside a Newark immigration detention center earlier this month. And I'm going to go to the exact document that was released by U.S. Attorney Alina Habba. She says, "I take my obligations as U.S. Attorney seriously. I understand the responsibility that comes with my position, and I will work diligently to uphold the law and deliver justice to the people of New Jersey. After extensive consideration, we have agreed to dismiss Mayor Baraka's misdemeanor charge of trespass for the sake of moving forward in the spirit of public interest. I have invited the mayor to tour Delaney Hall. The government has nothing to hide at this facility, and I will personally accompany the mayor so he can see that firsthand. The citizens of New Jersey deserve unified leadership so we can get to work to keep our state safe. The dismissal against the mayor is not the end of this matter. Congressional oversight is an important constitutional function and one that I fully support. However, that is not the issue in this case. The big argument that the Democrats are making about this whole debacle essentially boils down to these people are above the law. They did something illegal. They are above the law, which, I mean, I will argue in the case of Mayor Ras Baraka, that demonstrates it right there. I think if you were an everyday citizen, an everyday person, I believe that they would have still been in jail. The charges would not have been dropped. They would have had to pay a fine, something along those lines. But this is what the Democrats' argument essentially boils down to. They can't deny that laws were broken here. But yet, they want all the charges dropped against these people. They don't think the charges should have been brought in the first place. They are calling Donald Trump a fascist, his administration fascist, because these officers were, what? Enforcing the law. She goes on to say, Representative LaMonica McIver assaulted, impeded, and interfered with law enforcement in violation of Title 18, United States Code Section 111. That conduct cannot be overlooked by the chief federal law enforcement official in the state of New Jersey. And it is my constitutional obligation to ensure that our federal law enforcement is protected when executing their duties. I have persistently made efforts to address these issues without bringing criminal charges and have given Representative McIver every opportunity to come to a resolution. But she unfortunately declined. No one is above the law, politicians or otherwise. It is the job of this office to uphold justice impartially, regardless of who you are. Now we will let the justice system work. And I think that's all any of us are really asking for. We're asking for these laws to be upheld. And I think most of us have kind of whiplash from what the Democrats were just saying less than a year ago. Whenever Donald Trump was standing trial, hey, no one's above the law. No one's above the law. Now, all of a sudden, Donald Trump is in charge. Now, everyone is above the law, especially these politicians and so-called leaders. But McIver was among several Democratic lawmakers involved in a chaotic scene that unfolded outside Delaney Hall Detention Center on May 9th, and she has released a statement responding to the charges against her, which I will get to in just a second. This Delaney Hall Detention Center, I guess, will be toured, or at least Alina Habba invited Mayor Ras Baraka to tour this with her. So we'll see if that actually comes to fruition. Well, let's get to the actual video of what McIver did. Now, if you see here, this is the scene from Delaney Hall Detention Center. And she is very easy to spot. If you look, this red section over there on the right, or this red little spot, that is LaMonica McIver, yes. And you will notice when I play this video, she is extremely animated. Animated to the point where she starts striking officers around her that are trying to get the situation under control, which if you are a logical, normal person, you know that this is illegal. You are not allowed in the United States to strike a law enforcement officer. However, in her position of power, she probably thinks she is, or she probably thinks that she's going to get away with it in some way, which I don't blame her, because she is a part of the Democrat Party, and the Democrat Party is the party of lawlessness, in my own humble opinion. But let me play this for you, and notice when she starts striking officers around her, closed fist, assaulting them, it is pretty obvious. This is only a 9-second clip. Take a look. So right there, you notice it's about halfway through. Let me see if I can scroll to it. So the police officer is leading someone away. Right here. So you notice closed fist, the police is leading someone away. She is standing behind the police officer. She is screaming and yelling. And that is considered impeding law enforcement, which is illegal. Now, she has responded to these charges, and this is what she has said. McIver issues a statement on the charges, and she titles her tweet here. She titles it, "My statement on the charges filed against me," and she says this. Newark, New Jersey, Congresswoman LaMonica McIver, New Jersey 10th District, released the following statement responding to the charges brought against her. Quote, "Earlier this month, I joined my colleagues to inspect the treatment of ICE detainees at Delaney Hall in my district." Okay, once again, I want to go back to this. Does this look like she is inspecting the ICE facility? Does that, I mean, I've seen inspections happen before. I've never seen an inspection go down like this, okay? But, I mean, I guess I could be wrong. Let's read the rest of this. "We were fulfilling our lawful oversight responsibilities, as members of Congress have done many times before, and our visit should have been peaceful and short, but it wasn't, because you started fighting with officers. Instead, ICE agents created an unnecessary and unsafe confrontation when they chose to arrest Mayor Baraka. The charges against me are purely political. They mischaracterize and distort my actions and are meant to criminalize and deter legislative oversight. This administration will never stop me from working for the people in our district and standing up for what is right. I am thankful for the outpouring of support I have received, and I look forward to the truth being laid out clearly in court." So that was a statement by LaMonica McIver, as seen in this video, assaulting officers. I will give her credit for one thing. At least she is not making the argument that this was somehow a racist, or these charges are somehow racist, which, you know, I'll give her credit for that. She just purely thinks, as a member of Congress, she is above the law and her actions were somehow justified. But what do you guys think? What do you guys think about this whole situation? Alina Habba doing the work, taking care of it. She has filed charges. We'll see where these go. Comment down below. Let me know what you think about all this. Like and subscribe to the channel. I'd really appreciate it. But until then, I will see you on the next one.